created to be biomechanical super soldier long time ago. Imagine being such a scary creature that he is stated to be death, bloodlust personified, makes Darkseid feel fear. Darkseid also believes that he is death personified. A being that can adapt is probably his main ability. Not only can he adapt to the beams or destructive energy shooting at him, he can also kind of feed on the same energy of a guardian. Even stated, this creature becomes able to resist us all. The very universe could be forfeit. This being known as Doomsday. A crazy beast that's known to give the Man of Steel himself the smoke, freaking Doomsday. One can argue he's the king of adapting. He has incredible super strength. Not only that, he's one of them characters that's more of a threat as time goes by because of his ridiculous adapting to survive, his impossible immortality. No matter which continuity, one can say he's the ultimate life form because every time he gets murked, he simply just comes back in a different way to where you can't even really kill him the same way. The scary part is that the time where he killed Superman, that was technically considered one of his weaker times because that was kind of like his first real appearance. He's evolved since then. He's one of them characters I would say doesn't have too much personality. He just loves to destroy. So there's going to be times where he's possessed or controlled by other beings. I kind of don't think it's worth bringing that stuff up because when he's getting controlled by other beings, those beings kind of have malice intent too. So it kind of doesn't matter if it's just him or the other beings controlling him for their own good because he's just a being of destruction regardless. You know, so just to throw that out there. Part of the reason why he's almost immune to death is because of his origin. He achieved a crazy amount of evolution in a very short amount of time, being ripped to shreds over and over in a hostile environment to where a new infant is born, cloned from the preceding one. Each clone burning its lungs out. The tests were consistently performed on a small scale, but in 10 years, it eventually started evolving. After 20 years, the baby was substantially altered. He was mastering life's need to survive. At first, the atmosphere and beasts killed him in seconds. That was eventually stretched to minutes. 2 million years of evolution had been achieved in 30 years of work. It became several hours to where he could survive out there, capable of surviving indefinitely, conquer the environment. These beasts that was threatening this place, he eventually started fighting back against them. Expecting them to die, they want to collect the samples so they can begin again to improve on what they built. Time passed, even some of the scientists that was working on this died. Baby was no longer. They stopped calling him Baby, called him the Ultimate. The beast that beat him up, he ended up hunting them into extinction. He does not breathe or eat. He has no internal organs. That's what helps him survive pretty much anything too. Can survive any environment, destroy any creature. A lot of people don't know this, but 250,000 years ago, Krypton, before like Superman's era and everything, and his parents were even there, Krypton was a place with a crazy, harsh environment. And that's kind of the reason why Doomsday was born, because these smart scientists were working on making a creature the ultimate life form to adapt to all the harsh environment on their planet. And eventually they would succeed, and that's how Doomsday's made. I mean, what do you expect from Doomsday, but how strong is he? Oh boy. He can just pull up to a highway and mess up a pillar and cause the highway to collapse. Lifting cars and large spaceships is a normal theme for him. Same with tanker trucks. And he likes throwing trees very far. We already know he's strong enough to battle Superman, even implied to become harder to beat throughout the same battle because of his stupid adapting ability to survive. Sometimes he adapts to get more durability. Sometimes he adapts to even get physically more stronger because it's all a part of the adapting. Like even times when he got slashed, he recovered from such slashes very fast. You guys already know of the classic thing of him dying, being sealed away. He does come back from that eventually. The force that you kill him with last time, the next time you kill him, it's going to take more force than last time, which is a freaking hack, one could say. Since he's technically born on Krypton, he is affected by synthetic kryptonite Lex Luthor made, but thanks to his adaptation, he's able to adapt to it a lot better than Superman would. It's a very hacksy ability. His strength makes him strong enough to punch Kryptonians and damage them consecutively. The way the environment reacts to him, how he punched the ground and rubble starts flying. Chambers that supposedly used to hold him back, he can just punch through it. Eventually, metal fences are a joke to his strength. Superman literally stated he could tear the planet apart. It's considering that Superman has done it, can pull the Earth, and the fact that he can rival Superman in strength, I definitely think this statement has super value. I feel bad for these fighter jets off screen getting murked by Doomsday. Even metal gets crushed in his hands. Poor walls, buildings can't stand up to him, cars and trucks are nothing to him, and of course trees don't stand a chance. Imagine being this strong but then also having bladed attacks or spiked claws and stuff that makes him even more dangerous. Being able to shred metal. His claws can even pierce Superman at that, poisoning him in the process, making him dizzy. He can make his claws come in and out like on some Wolverine type stuff. Yeah, being able to control his claws, being able to make them go in and out, retractable. They can cut Darkseid, pierces through Apocalypse soldiers, stabbing Superman, metal prisons that he's in. He's using his claw to help add to the devastating power to get out like that. Yeah, too much power. To really understand why Doomsday's a threat, what I'm about to tell you, make sure you check out my Darkseid video on top of this video and Superman video to really check out why what I'm about to say is so important when it comes to their raw power, because Doomsday has shown off his strength in comparison to these powerhouses. Well, at least the Darkseid avatar, at least not his true self, obviously, because his true self is outside of space and time, but you get it. I don't want to make this a broken record, but he's consecutively a threat for Superman powerhouse level beings. You know you're strong when Superman himself gives you props saying that he's never been hit as hard when Doomsday hits him. How many characters can you say actually get props from Superman, like, about his power, and actually succeeded in this particular case with Superman when he was amped up, actually succeeded in breaking Superman's arm, something that he didn't think it was possible. And of course, you guys know of the famous battle with the Man of Steel, this famous panel for panel death of Superman. Fight I technically shouldn't have to go over. Got Superman bruised and bloody to the point where they're fighting each other in, like, the highest difficulty type of fight you can even think of. The shockwaves are bouncing off everything. One of the few beings that can beat Superman to death. It was like a stalemate. Doomsday dies too, without necessarily exploiting his weaknesses, literally beating Superman, being strong as him. We've seen his muscles do to lock arms with him, aka wrestling with him, tossing him to the ground. Not many people can do this to Supes. How does somebody hit Superman so hard where Superman says, he kicked me, I can't breathe? That's how much of a threat Doomsday is. Implied that there's a possibility he could be getting stronger during the battle because of his adapting ability. Doomsday is one of those characters that don't hold back. So check this out. Doomsday punched him here, saw that it didn't do nothing, and he adapted on the spot to where he punched him even harder, to where he does move, letting you know he kind of can adapt during fight, hitting him through this house and trees and stuff. No matter which era we're talking about, even if we're talking about newer stuff like Rebirth, Wonder Woman Tears, he can still damage, fight on par, overpower, all those 9 yards. Same with Superman. It should technically be common sense at this point. Other powerful beings he's defeated, like the Eradicator. He even puts hands on Olympians and knocks his helmet off. And not only that, you guessed it, he's even had a little tussle with Supergirl too, and fighting multiple Kryptonians at the same time. Imperiex probe, aka cosmic being probes, he's punched the head off of them before. Darkseid's son Orion and Martian Manhunter. One can say these beings are arguably in the Superman ranges, and they say it's hard to last for a freaking minute against this guy. And playing fair, Doomsday doesn't care about that. Even if you don't have your ring at the time, he can just smack you down, because he doesn't care about playing fair. And then you got occasions like this with Wonder Woman, other beings like Plastic Man, fighting multiple of them at the same dang time. Doomsday could care less, swinging Wonder Woman around because he's that strong. Wally West, Martian the Manhunter, all of them off screen, even Plastic Man, Sleep Time. Doomsday messed him up off screen. As mighty as Martian Manhunter is, he stated, I don't believe he's ever been hit that hard in his life. Bringing this back up when he cut Darkseid, messing him up so bad to the point where Darkseid later on struggles to stand up. Superman and Darkseid be battling each other. So even if it is just an avatar, it lets you know how strong he is. Stated, never seen a creature this powerful. He can make normal debris more deadly because of his shockwaves with his punching power, messing up powerful Green Lanterns like Guy Gardner. Like, why would you even try against freaking Doomsday? Super powered up Lex don't even stand a chance, to the point where he even got his armor broken. Green Lantern's force field, he's consecutively been able to break their shield. Green Lanterns are beings that can contain stars, blah, blah, blah. Strong as Darkseid is, Superman level being, at least, especially the avatars, he breaks his grip anyway and sends them flying. When he was being controlled by the Eradicator, fighting other Doomsday clones in different scenarios, fighting a Doomslayer. Yeah, I know, not the video game character. Ain't that funny? His durability is just as good as his strength. One could say his durability might even surpass his strength. Like, even mountains exploding won't phase him. Missiles ain't gonna cut it. Even explosions on the same level of a million nuclear blasts can't even take him out for good. But when it comes to visual flashy durability feats, it would basically come from his battle feats, being able to stand bloodlusted attacks from Superman and going all out attacks from him and Darkseid and stuff. I mean, when Superman pulls up to you and hits you with impact like that, and you still keep on fighting, even being punched by 2 Superman, even powered up Superman, he's withstanding punches from. Superman even reminiscing, talking about how Doomsday took him to the edge the first time they met. How do you take 4,000 straight punches from Superman and keep on fighting, bro? Doomsday just essentially took punches like this and just kept on fighting, bro. He's withstood impacts this big and is not done. Superman even states he hit him with everything he got. insanity. John Henry Irons, a being I have on the channel, tried to destroy Doomsday. He withstand attacks from these beings. He's extremely hard to kill because he's adapted to blunt force so many times. If it's enough blunt force or raw power, can beat him to death. Like in this occasion, like he's been beaten with energy blasts like heat vision and punching type of stuff before, but with enough force, you still can take him out still. Like, let's say it's like this. Let's talk in hypotheticals right quick. Let's say if Doomsday first died from an earth-shattering explosion, does that mean he's immune to all type of explosions in the history of explosions because he survived this one earth-shattering explosion and this explosion right here was enough to kill him? Not necessarily. Let's say he survived this, comes back to life from this earth-shattering explosion, but then he dies again from a sun-shattering explosion. That's a whole different level. You can't compare earth explosion to a sun exploding, letting you know that if he dies from this, oh, is he immune to all explosions? No, he's still not immune to all explosions because then he'll die again from a galaxy-sized explosion. The point is, an explosion or power can always be bigger. He's not automatically immune to fire just because he died from fire last time. All somebody has to do would hit him with more intense fire than last time. You know what I'm saying? It's still concept. You just have to hit him with a lot more of that same force, if that makes sense to you. Because if he was just immune to being beat to death, all they did was use kind of like blunt force to do this to him, but it still worked. It was just so many of them that, yeah, it was more force than he's probably ever felt. So guys, no limits fallacies. He can be defeated. It's just extremely hard for a powerhouse to do it one-on-one though. Even if you're Superman level, still can take a lot of blunt force like against Wonder Woman and even in Rebirth era and stuff of that sort. You would have to be retarded to try to shoot bullets at him at this point. Katana's sword didn't even work against him. Heat vision is more than just heat. It's piercing force, and he can withstand ridiculous piercing force from Superman from all angles, even blitzing him. Even Omega beams, he can withstand. Even when a Guardian tries to use energy blast on him, he can withstand it. One could say even adapt technically. Even withstand Booster Gold's energy. Even energy blast from the Radiant, he can withstand. Get these energy blasts out of my face. Even Orion's energy blast, get those craps out of my face. Guy that can blast with the Astral Force. I would like to be clear that cosmic beings like Imperiex, Entropy itself can make him into a skeleton instantaneously. You know, he's a cosmic being, but you know. And yeah, he can be erased from existence at the end of time. He's a beast, but when it comes to conceptual stuff that's beyond three-dimensional, you know, stuff like that. Oh yeah, Katana's sword can't simply take his soul. Characters like Deadman can't possess him because just empty. He can resist Martian Manhunter's telepathy, just in case you didn't know by now. And even when he was possessed by the Eradicator, of course, he would eventually break out because nobody controls Doomsday. And apparently he can adapt to phasing. That's what Wonder Woman said. Martian Manhunter explains it like, I was hit before I could use my phase power. When the writers feel like giving him random abilities, sometimes he can shoot psionic blast out to Superman to make him see BS. Let me stop. He ain't that fast, is he? Actually, he is. Unless you want to like insult Superman's intelligence. Obviously, Superman fights him with everything he got. Obviously, he can't just speed blitz him on all these things. He can just react to Superman. Superman, knowing how dangerous this monster is, of course he would use his super speed. It's the same being, and yet Doomsday still can tag him. You've seen him block heat vision with his reaction, grab Wonder Woman's arm reacting to her. He tagged Wally while he was off guard, kinda. I definitely wouldn't say he's faster than Wally though, but I mean, he's fast enough to mess up Martian Manhunter before he can activate his phase ability. So yeah, there's that. You know you're fast when Superman himself says he needs to match Doomsday's speed or he's done for, letting you know they're fighting fast. A lot of people underestimate comic panels of speed because it's not like every panel they're going to tell you, I'm fighting at super speed. You kind of got to use your own common sense to figure out if they're actually fighting hard or not. Because they're not necessarily going to hold your hand. But yeah, always reacting to Wonder Woman. This is probably an exaggeration, but Booster Gold did say, thanks to him blitzing everybody, that he's faster than Flash. Right? It's probably an exaggeration, but this is still impressive for him even compared speed to the Flash. Other beings even call him fast when he reacts to their attack. He's so fast even when he got the jump on Doomsday. It's even stated he's so fast didn't see him move. Yeah. Doomsday has fighting speed. And he actually learns the ability to speak normally. And he used the Green Lantern ring one time and shot energy beams to fly and stuff. Flies out of the planet with the ring. Let me stop. Nah, but enough of that. He didn't keep that long at all. And then you got the Doomslayer that comes from the future, which I'm not going to get on because he don't have that many showings. But he has a spaceship that has a pocket universe inside of it, which is kind of cool. And boy, oh boy, does Doomsday have a lot of Doomsday clones. First clone, second clone, Cyborg Doomsday, and a third clone. Doomsday's fighting beings like Darkseid, who's fast enough to fly to the end of the universe in like literally seconds, more than once. That's just a common theme when it comes to their raw speed. Really, you just have to watch my other Superman and Darkseid videos and other powerhouses that he's beat up in this video. I have videos about, like Booster Gold, I have a video about. Watch all of that stuff and then watch this, and it kind of adds on top of how strong he is because he's beat the crap out of a lot of these characters, including the main man, the myth, the legend, Superman himself. But honestly, no matter which era, let's say if there was a galaxy, right, that got condensed into the size of a soccer ball, and of course density would stay the same, the weight would stay the same. Let's say all of that stuff stayed the same, its durability of an entire galaxy, all of that rammed into a small area surface of a ball like a soccer ball. If Doomsday was to punch something like this, would still be able to damage it. Let me put it that way. So he's way past the planet shattering levels when it comes to how much he can punch, if that makes sense. We might not see him blow away no planet, blow away a solar system, blow away a galaxy, but if all that stuff was condensed into a small ball and had the durability and density of that same galaxy, but just condensed into a small ball, he would still be able to damage it, to really give you guys a further understanding of how strong these characters are. And the fact that he can adapt on top of it. That's just a scary sight. But what do you guys think? Respect Doomsday. One of the most impossible characters ever created when it comes to the adaptation stuff. But thank you guys for everyone that has donated to the channel. Respect them no matter what. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.